Oh, ladies and gentlemen. The guitar's crying and the keyboards are whining. It's almost Thanksgiving in Harris County, Texas, and everywhere else in the United States of America for that matter. And that guy down there gave a few people the blues, but he did a lot of work to try and keep people out of jail for the Thanksgiving season, which is quite admirable, to say the least. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your lone wolf Usul. This is the Court Gallery, and this is the Court Gallery Live with the Fleischer Forum. I am your host. I am your curator for the videos at the Court Gallery, and I am here to roll with you nerds and check out today's docket. It was the last docket of the week. Just want to throw that out there. So I have some thinking to do about what we're going to do the next couple of days. Might go live, we might not, I don't know, might take a couple of days off. Really hadn't made up my mind yet, so keep an eye out, make sure you're subscribed, and make sure that, you know, you got the little bell icon checked and everything so you can get notifications if I make up my mind what I'm gonna do in the next couple of days. Right now, it's court time.
Ready? Let's roll, nerds. Okay, so who do we have here? Good morning, Ms. Harris.
Morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with prostitution. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. An undercover officer located an ad on a popular escort site and texted a phone number that was listed in the ad. The officer engaged in a brief FaceTime screening with the defendant where she agreed to straight sex for $220, and the officer provided the defendant with a room number. The officer waited for the defendant to arrive, and when she did, the two again agreed for straight sex for the previously agreed upon price.
Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to engage in like behavior. Do you understand? If you do, you pick up a new case, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Can I give you an appointed lawyer today? Okay. I need you to fill out an application for me. We'll have you fill it out. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until we find you a lawyer though. Okay, ma'am? Okay, please.
All right, Judge, next is page 14, Solis Martinez.
Take sunglasses off your head.
Alex, can you file conditions on that other case?
Yes, Judge.
Is it Fernanda Solis Martinez?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On November 19th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in response to a family disturbance. Upon arrival, the officer met with the complainant, who stated that he and the defendant, his sister, got into a verbal argument that turned physical. Both parties admitted to striking one another, and the defendant walked over to the complainant's computer and began hitting the computer monitor with a PS5 controller, causing damage. The officer observed the monitor to be shattered, and there was also damage to the headset and controller. The complainant estimates the cost of damage to be $1,120.
Okay, Ms. Solis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 22.
Are you here with anyone today?
My what? I'm
Are
sorry.
you here with anyone today? What do you do for a living?
Nurse student in Memorial Herman.
Do you have any kind of income whatsoever?
I would say I make about 1,000 a year, 1,000 a week.
All right, would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna have you fill out an application with Stephen. We need to work and we need to figure out what we're gonna do because typically in these types of cases, I bar you from having contact with the complaining witness in this case, meaning that you're not allowed to have contact with your brother.
Yeah,
I don't know, I don't know where you live. I don't know if you live with him. So what I'm gonna, don't say anything now. I have a bunch of DAs here. What you say could hurt you. I'll appoint you a lawyer today, but we need to find out the family dynamic because if you pick up a new case, you start acting a fool in the free world. I'm gonna take the free world away from you and I'm gonna put you in jail and I'm gonna make your bond high. And you have to understand that if you don't have anyone that's gonna post your bond, you will sit there in jail until this case is over with. And I'm gonna tell you, it takes about 9 months just to get a 911 tape and all that you're working for, all that schooling to become a nurse, where does it go? Right. So we'll figure out that here momentarily. So do not leave until we let you go though, okay? Stephen's gonna give you the application. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box, please.
Page 17, Woods, come on up.
File conditions now.
Okay.
We'll wait after we get the lawyers figured out.
Contact.
Yeah, no contact, no weapons.
Yes, Judge.
And we'll see what we do here momentarily after she gets a lawyer.
Okay.
Did you say what?
Woods. Burrows. We have two ejected.
Oh my God, Woods picked up another case. I've got Miss Woe here.
Okay, we can start on that one. Song on page 14.
Good morning, Miss Woe.
Good morning, Judge.
Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
If you'd be so kind as to help me with translating for Miss Song here.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are Awad Song?
wait,
Ma'am, you're charged with prostitution. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. So you know your lawyer is here with us on Zoom. Okay, so go ahead, but go slow, please. Okay.
The officer conducted a search on vedpage.com. The officer observed several nude photos and a phone number. The officer made contact with the defendant over the phone. The officer and defendant agreed to meet at a hotel. The officer and defendant agreed to $400 for straight sex. The officer handed the defendant the money and defendant was detained.
I will find probable cause exists to go forward. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to participate in the same behavior. If you pick up a new case, if you do not remain in contact with your lawyer,
如果你不跟你的律师联络的话，
I will revoke your bond.
那么我就取消你这个保释金，
Just do not pick up any new cases.
就是不要再犯法，
You understand?
你明白吗 ？Yes，
We are going to reset your case to give you time to work this case with your lawyer.
我现在在定日期，让你有一点时间跟你的律师一起商讨怎么样去解决这个案子。Yes，
Do you mind filing conditions on this case?
Yes, Judge.
We will have you sign these conditions.
那你要在保释金条件上签名，
We will have you sign your reset, and then after that, you're free to go.
然后在那个另定日期的文件上签名，那你就可以离开法庭了。
Okay? All right, please.
Yes.
Mr. Moody, we need to get you a date.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
We're in February? Oh, January, what?
28th.
January 28th through the 30th.
Judge, any of those days, well, I suppose the 28th would be a preference. Or any of those.
Is that okay or no? I mean,
Yes, Your Honor,
yeah, okay.
any of those.
Okay, we got that for you and we'll send her on her way.
Thank you, Your Honor. And may I confirm the date with the coordinator on the chat or?
No, so what we do is we will, at that time before, so request someone through Master Word so that we know to have a translator there on that day as well.
Thank you, Judge. Happy holiday.
Thank you, Ms. Woe. I appreciate the help.
Thank you, Judge. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Woods, on page 17.
Again and again and again and again, Mr. Woods. 8/14/23, assault of a family member. 6/9/24, violation of protective order, assault bodily injury. Another assault bodily injury. February of 24, assault of a pregnant person for which you're on deferred now. And now you've picked up another. You now stand charged with criminal mischief. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases, all in a matter of months. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Mr. Woods.
Yes, Judge. The defendant was traveling with the complainant to go see the defendant's child with his child's mother. The defendant continued attempting to be sexual with his child's mother, and the complainant engaged in a verbal altercation with the defendant. Upon arriving home, the defendant exited the vehicle and the complainant drove to a store close to her home. The defendant took the complainant's iPad and walked and followed the complainant to the Kroger. The defendant then jumped on the complainant's hood as she was driving and struck her window multiple times with a rock, causing damage to her vehicle. Estimated damage was $300.
Who is the complaining witness in this case?
The complaining witness in this case is a Jacqueline Perry, who is the same complainant in the assault of a pregnant person.
Tell me he's not supposed to have contact with this complaining witness? Guys,
Morgan.
Mr. Woods is on deferred for assault of a pregnant person.
Yes, Judge, I'm emailing the felony prosecutor right now.
Was he, as a condition of that, not to?
No threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with the complainant in that case.
Mr. Woods, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. If you fail to go take the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm going to make it so high. On one ankle, I'm going to put a GPS monitor because I'm ordering you not to have contact with this person, and you've shown repeatedly that you are incapable of following bond conditions. And I'm going to put a 1,000-foot radius that you're not to have any contact with this person. You're not to have any weapons. You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to test you repeatedly so I know that you're not using, but I'm sending you now for a drug test. Like I said, you failed the test, and if you fail to come back, things will not go well. Do you understand, Mr. Woods? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Take a seat for me.
Burrows, Sydney. Okay, Judge, that's it for now. Just a second.
Hey,
Council.
Mr. Kai,
Judge, I'm approaching on
you
a
look
court.
great. Wow, just,
I'm approaching on a court 6 case.
okay. Is she not there today?
She's not.
Okay, so when you go back there, just let her know I'm available, whatever you guys need.
Okay, I just need signatures, competency evaluation, and waiving bail hearings.
If you guys need anything, just, you have my cell phone, right? Just text me and I'll run over there for whatever you guys need. Okay, thanks so much. Hi, good morning.
Mr. Lopez, who is not on docket, but his probation discharge is in your queue for signature. He has completed everything successfully.
Wonderful. Is he here?
He is. Mr. Lopez?
So we're done. What do we learn?
You don't challenge the system, you stay on task, you stay focused, you stay busy. It's 5 years worth of lessons, Your Honor. It's
Been on it for a long time. So if there's anything that you're going to take away here, don't get into a car when you've had anything to smoke, when you've had anything to drink, because you got to understand you're now facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. And with your record, you ever get pulled over and they smell something funky, whatever it may be, it's probably not going to go very well. You know what I mean?
Sir.
You look great. I'm glad that you've completed successfully. Thankfully, she has been tenacious in your representation to see this through, because I'm going to tell you now, there are not many lawyers who would act as Ms. Phillips has done to see this all the way through. So I hope you really appreciate what she has done, because she's done a lot.
I very much recognize that.
And you've done a great job. And
Thank you, Judge. He's been an exceptional client as well.
well, we've had a lot of issues, but I'm glad that you've finally gotten it done. You're not in jail. But remember this, the thing about this is you're going to forget about us. Time heals all wounds, but the law is a jealous mistress that she's on your back for the rest of your life. Gnawing, clawing. She's never going to forget about you. You get pulled over, you're 81 years old. You smell funky. They don't care. You're going to end up in jail. Remember that. All right.
All right.
Good job. I'm glad you got it done. Take care, Mr. Lopez.
Sir.
Thanks. Good job. You too. Counsel.
Morning, Your Honor.
Hi.
Ask a minor indulgence. My paralegal is here and she's planning to go to law school. So I was wondering if she'd come up and just
course.
see how the sausage is
Yes,
made.
absolutely.
I think I've been before you before. My name's Sam Marshall with Beacon Law. So.
Hi.
we
Oh,
do
great. We
record
love
sealing.
Beacon Law. You guys do a great job.
This is Jackie. She's my
Hi.
paralegal. She's fantastic. Her hope was that this would be a very contentious non-disclosure with the state opposed and getting to see the exciting stuff. However, we're disappointed by the state being reasonable, and it's my understanding that they're not opposed.
And we're unopposed to the motion.
Even if they were opposed, and what I like to tell them always, I am ecstatic when someone wants to better themselves. Who am I to step in anyone's way when they want to better themselves? I know that, before in life, I've been in front of a judge and I represented a 19-year-old who had I don't want to go through it, but picked up one case, successfully completed the deferred, and I go up to do a non-disclosure and she denies it. I shouldn't even say what, but so it got denied. And I looked at her, I'm like, why? She's 19, never been in trouble after the fact. All she's trying to do is better herself. And it was just for the sake of being able to say the word denied. And it really drove me up the wall. It sucks. So I'm glad that they're getting it. That's great. And for you, there's no better thing than law school. Even if you don't practice law, the amount of information you learn from going to law school, it's insane. No one can take you for a ride ever. So I would wholeheartedly, absolutely 100% encourage you to go. It's expensive, but if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? It's hard to become a lawyer. And that's what's so great about the profession, because if you can do it and you get out and you treat the law well, I have a friend that got a $40 $400 million judgment, 300 million, it was something like that. You can buy an island, you know? So you treat it well, it'll pay back in dividends. Yeah, so good luck.
So the case that we have today is Fritz. It's the cause number that is very different from all the others because it's from 1994.
Wow. Yeah, I'll sign it. I have it here and we got it. And then we can give you a copy of it as well.
Certified copy.
Okay, well, good luck. And you're welcome to hang out here anytime and watch and see and learn, you know?
Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Okay, thank you. You too. Mr. Horn, I'm ready when you are. I'm ready when you are.
Okay,
She's here? Okay. All right, good morning, Ms. Holly. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you, you say 3-2? 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand, ma'am, that this charge is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. And it's important because like I told the other gentleman, you get pulled over, all officers care about is your record and how you look. And even if you smell funky, alcohol, dope, and even the slightest exhibition of something, they're going to take you down. And what we're doing today, the proverbial slap on the wrist, from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand? So if I were you, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, you go on a date or whatnot, I wouldn't even get into a car. $20, $30, Uber, wherever you want to go, don't matter. You understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty and you accept this, there's no turning around. You cannot undo this. Do you understand? You sure you want to do this? How do you plead to the offense, ma'am? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. In this case, Mr. Horn, was this a intervention gone wrong?
Yes, that's correct, Judge. That's a law violation out of county. So she's.
Was it it was a theft out of county, right? Okay. All right, ma'am, I will find you guilty. I'm going to suspend your license to drive 180 days. Do not drive until you get a license. My other thing is that what do you do for a living now?
A behavioral therapist,
And how much money do you make a month?
roughly 2,000.
Who do you live with?
I'm living with someone right now because finances were rough.
Children?
No, sir.
Okay. The reason I'm asking you these questions is one of the things that you have to do when you plead guilty to a DWI, there are surcharges that you have to pay. $3,000 to DPS when you plead guilty to this office, not to mention the court costs, which are usually around $400, $450. Your lawyer's asking me to waive it for you, but why would I waive all those fines and fees when you have, why would I reward you for the behavior that you've exhibited in the past year? Tell me. You're getting kicked out. You pick up a new theft case, which is completely within your control. I don't understand. Why would we reward you?
Up until the case 2 weeks ago, I hadn't.
I don't want you to talk about the theft case. Don't.
No, I wasn't. I was speaking on this case. I haven't violated, blown dirty, had any issues, did all the classes, everything I needed to do.
She was participating in classes, paying her fees. They just kicked her out for the law violation.
I've done everything I needed to do.
It's a shame. And I'm going to tell you, one day you're going to look back on this and you're going to say, God damn, I was so stupid for picking up that, I will. Because you were doing well, I will waive the fee for you. But I want you to understand, you ever pick up another DWI, it's double. So it's a $6,000 surcharge that you will potentially be required to pay. You pick up another DWI, not to mention the court costs. You will probably be rolling out of here with around $7,000 in fines and fees, you pick up another DWI. If you're not smart enough to consider how to get home on a night of drinking, then it's really not going to go well for you. All we ask you to do is take an Uber. It's not hard. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I will find you guilty, sentence you to it. I'll waive the fee.
Thank you.
It's not going to happen. Good luck. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Horn.
Matter of the portable device that was a part of her PTI.
We will take everything off now, right? We'll get an order from either Toria. Is it from you or?
The probation officer does it, but I'll print it out right now.
Yeah, we'll get it taken care of today.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
All right, take care, man. Hi, Anna. You can just waive it, CC, all of it. Yeah. Of course, Mr. Horn.
On it.
Of course. You don't think there's PC? Is Hunter in jail or?
No, he's the one that we rolled yesterday. We sent him to the drug test and I guess they're lower
Oh,
staffed.
right. Okay, please.
Yes, Judge. Officers were conducting a trespass investigation at a gas station in a high crime area where narcotics and gang activity frequently occur. Officers observed the defendant's vehicle parked for approximately 30 minutes in front of a no loitering sign, and officers approached the vehicle and observed a strong odor of marijuana. The officer then observed in plain view a handgun between the driver's seat and center console.
What's wrong?
He was just sitting in his car, Judge.
I get it, but it's not unlawful for an officer to just walk up to a car and then he's just looking and he sees it in plain view. There's nothing unlawful
The
about
gun
it.
was between the driver's seat and the center console.
It may be,
Okay.
but if it's in plain view, it's in plain view. He didn't hide it well enough, number one. Number two, even if he had, there's the odor of marijuana.
Well, they charged it as it being in plain view, not in the holster. And if it's between the gun and between the seat and the center console, is that immediately apparent that it's a gun?
That's what he's saying. He's saying it's in plain view, just mere looking at it, I could identify it as a gun.
Okay.
Now, remember, if you get the video and it shows something completely different, like his body cam goes in there and it's completely all the way down, something different.
Okay.
Then it's not in plain view, but remember, this is just probable cause.
Okay.
He's saying it's in there. Right.
Yes, Judge.
I don't see how it was immediately apparent, but reasonable minds can
Well,
disagree.
remember, there's a lot of different types of guns. There's bigger guns, there's smaller guns, there's guns with these long ass magazines that are this long, banana clips. There's just so many different variations that perhaps it's a bigger gun that it juts out just a little bit where he can see it and he identifies it as a gun.
Okay. As far as the reset, I spoke with pretrial services.
Yes, Judge, the results came back for THC, oxycodone, and
Oh, where is he?
You waived his appearance
Okay.
today.
We got to get him back on Monday.
Okay.
Okay, no, he's using meth allegedly. So back on Monday's our next setting, right? Yeah, back on Monday, and I'm not gonna, no. Okay,
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excused.
yes, ma'am, thank you. Hey, Michael, can I show you something real quick? I got this letter. Let me get the cause number ready.
Yes, Judge.
Maybe you can shed some light here. This person's incarcerated somewhere else. We have him here on a reckless driving. It was actually set for a plea in March of this year.
So it looks like this is a Federal detention center judge for immigration.
Really?
The Eden Detention Center, yes, Judge.
He's
I am familiar with Eden
So
Detention.
he's in federal,
Federal detention for some sort of immigration detainer. And he's asking if he can get credit for.
well, obviously we can't,
Right.
but I'm surprised. So they're,
I don't see that he's got I see that he's got a federal. Oh, you know what it is, Judge? It's a federal prisoner hold from the US Marshal. But I'm trying to figure out what the charge is. Give me one second. Let
when
me
you
run
run
this
an NCIC, does it pull up? When you run an NCIC, does it pull up federal stuff too? Hey,
Yes, he's got a transporting and smuggling of aliens federal charge, Judge.
okay, then I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'll put that in the file, but I'm gonna leave it as is, because obviously we can't do anything without the body here.
And there's already a warrant, so we can't really do anything until he's back here. Okay.
Just,
My approach.
yeah, I'll file it and then, at some point, I guess we'll get him.
Yes, Judge.
Guessing is he wants either time served or wants you guys to dismiss due to, but, yeah, okay. Hi.
Judge,
Hey,
how are
Ramsey.
you?
Good, man.
I have a motion to withdraw on your queue from the case that was on yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, he, last name is Amare, Himare.
Is it on docket today?
No, he was on yesterday. Did bond conditions, all that stuff.
Oh, that's right. I remember. No.
He
I
wants to do
remember.
a court appointed.
I can't do that without him here.
Okay,
So
we have him reset to the 30th for a THA, so would you rather us just approach then? Okay, sounds good, Judge, we'll do it then.
did he initially hire you guys and give you guys, I guess, money to?
Yes, sir, and then he said he wasn't gonna be able to afford it, but still wanted us to do the ALR hearing, so we're gonna still.
You're gonna do the ALR and then, okay. Yeah, I'll talk to him when he gets back on that day then.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you,
for
Judge.
sure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You need us to reapproach that day or?
No, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out somehow.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
Judge. Appreciate it. Y'all have a
Thanks
good
for coming.
Thanksgiving.
You too, man. Hey, Carl.
Good morning,
Look who it
Judge.
is.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You look great.
Thank you, Judge. Well, I thought it was a little Christmas cheer and wear a little something bright.
Great.
Wake me up in the morning. Please. It's probable cause, Your Honor, on Mr. He's off. He's not on docket, Judge. And we spoke to your fine coordinator who said it's Mr. Carrion, and it's two. I'll give you the case number.
Oh, please.
254-0020.
Did you get it?
Yes.
All right, come on up, sir.
Stand here like we spoke of. And Judge,
The raising end.
Trespassing.
Racing.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir. So you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant, and this is a Class B misdemeanor. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. We're going to do probable cause. Just hang tight, please.
Officers were dispatched to a disturbance between the defendant and an Uber driver in Harris County, Texas. The officer stated that when he arrived, both parties were calm and smoking with one another. Officer stated that he saw that the defendant was intoxicated and asked whether the defendant's wife would come and get him. The defendant said his wife would. And the defendant and the Uber driver began going back and forth with each other about charges. An officer made the decision to detain the defendant and take him to a sobering center. Officer asked the defendant to put his hands behind his back, and defendant tensed his arms. Additional officers arrived and detained thief.
Judge, I know it's not, you don't argue.
Tensed his arms?
Judge,
Really?
Yeah, Judge, I know it's not time to argue probable cause, but I'd like.
No.
Push it out a little bit.
I already got it.
Yeah, Judge.
I understand. What kind, just you're tensing your arms? That's madness. We have enough cases. Come on. No, I'm gonna find no probable cause. Just remember, when you're out there in the free world, if you're gonna get lit, be very careful. Do you understand, Mr. Thurston?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, did you want to say something?
No, it's okay, Judge. We're dismissing the case.
Oh,
Just be careful, really? Okay, all right, we got you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Penn. Doing the right thing. I got it. That's why.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, always a pleasure, Mr. Haggard.
Good seeing you, Judge.
Okay, who's first? Mr. Goins.
Yes, I'm here on Mr. I hope I say this right. Barace Kane. 251-5735. Criminal mischief.
Okay.
And I thought we had a deal in place.
So
he
told us last time that he would have the $1,200 ready to go.
They sent him a bill for 4,000.
Okay. Alex, what's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with
The
that?
bill we have is for 3,900, 1575.
I have here my notes on 10-1, it was $1,200. I guess it changed.
This is for a Mr. Kane. Yes.
Yeah.
The bill we have is stated the amount due is 39,1575. That's the amount due with the
Okay.
bill.
I guess let me speak to Chief and see what, because I mean, understand it's not with me, it's whatever it was. My notes are all, can be wrong. Hey, I'm sorry to bother you.
No, it's okay.
This is Mr. Kane. In my notes here, I have it beginning of October, the restitution was at $1,200, but I'm guessing it's, or I'm being told it's more now. I don't know what happened.
The bill is 39. Yeah, and there's
Right.
and there's a receipt too for that.
So Judge, I think initially the confusion with the 1,000 is in the DIMS, the estimation was around $1,000. But when we talked to the complainant, received the invoices and the estimates, it's to the tune of $3,900.
Okay. That's what it is. I mean, it's right. I can't argue with them. They got a bill. That's what they're saying it is. For you to get this case dismissed, that's what the DAs want. They want to make the other person whole. As if it had never happened, the criminal mischief had never happened. To put them in the same place is, what is it? What happened?
3,915.
Right, I understand, but what was it? Was it a car? Was it a computer? An elephant?
The door, Your Honor.
Wow, that's a hell of a door. Made of gold or what?
Mahogany door. So.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you, but your other option is to go to trial. You know, those are the two options that you can pay that money and they end up dismissing the case. You can accept another plea bargain if they have one.
Your Honor, there's no offers on the case right now besides the restitution.
You can, if you guys, Mr. Goins want, you can try to get a different plea bargain. The case is 160 days old, so I will only give you a couple more weeks, but at 180 days, we set cases for trial. So at that time, you need to let us know what you want to do. And if you have not reached a plea bargain agreement with the state, we end up setting your case for trial. I don't know. I don't want you to make a decision now. You guys need to go back and talk and just, you guys decide what you would want to do. And you can always request a different plea bargain if you don't like the one that you have, but they don't have to do anything if they don't want to. It's the state and they reserve the right to, even if they don't want to, they don't have to give you a plea bargain. So I guess you guys step back and let me know what you want to do.
They have to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt.
So, Mr. Goins, before you guys leave today,
I'll let you know.
Yeah, just give me a heads up what you guys want.
I sure will. Thank you.
This way, sir.
Mr. Russo.
Nervous for a plea?
We have a plea. Oh, okay. Is it, you said Burrows?
Yeah, it's a.
Come up, Mr. Burrows. Yeah.
Judge, I was gonna give you those.
I waived my financial issues, so I waived half of my attorney's fees, and his parents are here, they're helping him support him through this time, because he's lost his job, so.
That's what they.
Mr. Burrows, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail. It is probated for 12 months. As part of the probation, you will do a DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels. You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. No breath test refusal, meaning if you were pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must submit. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. Guardian interlock, 30 hours of community service, a $100 donation, one time to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, no drugs, no alcohol. Random analysis. Is this how you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Does he have any prior DWIs?
He had one that was dismissed a long time ago, and it was no probable cause based on no alcohol consumption out of Galveston. So
Yes,
I tried to get a pizza at the Peru, but it's just because of that. He had a theft when he was a kid, like 17 years old, but it was
just one.
Yeah, but he was, I know, he was 17 and he had an employee theft, and then he picked up another theft, but they didn't revoke his probation. It was like $100 from a cash register, but that was a long time ago. He's a volleyball coach. He's a good citizen. He's a good guy. He's turned his life around. His parents are here to support him. He made a mistake this night drinking. He understands that. He's taking responsibility for that. He's doing whatever he can to move forward. And he's in a financial hardship now. That's why we're asking for a reduction in the DPS fine. I've worked with him on payment plans and stuff. I'm going to waive all my fees so he can succeed. So.
The question is, at what point do you get it, Mr. Burrows? You know, you've already had one DWI dismissed. You now have another one. While you're on bond, you have bond violations. So for you to come here and tell me that you've changed and that you're a different person and this and that goes in one ear, goes out the other. I don't believe it. Actions speak louder than words. And you can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself, you know, and your record, you know, life is hard enough being a young Black man in America today, right? And the more convictions you get, all you're doing is you're making life more difficult. With these theft cases that you get, with these DWI, I mean, it's one of the worst cases that you can possibly pick up, because these theft cases brands you as a thief, and people are scared to hire potential thieves, because I'm always going to be thinking, well, if I hire him to work for me, I know that he's got not only one prior theft, but 2 prior thefts. Is he going to steal from me? Same thing now happens with the DWI. You've had one dismissed, now you have another one. What's it going to take for you to get that we mean business, that public safety is our primary concern? And when you don't get it, and when you continue to pick up criminal cases, there are really grave consequences. You need to understand that from now on, after today, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. No, hold on a second. $90 days in jail at a minimum for any new cases you pick up here in county court. Don't matter how small it is. From now on, you are looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail. Not only that, you pick up another theft, you could be potentially charged with a felony, because they use those as a stepladder to enhance punishment. And when you don't get it, they combine all those to get up to felony court. You could be potentially facing that. You pick up another theft case as well. At some point, you got to get it. And I hope that this is it. And usually, in my experience, being here, at times when we go too easy on people, they still don't get it. You're skirting out of here today. You're getting probation. You're getting no jail time. You're not getting your license suspended. Now they want me to waive. Michael wants me to waive the fines and fees. I mean,
I think he has his family.
Why would we reward You know?
I want him to succeed, and that's what I think the problem is that if he doesn't have the money to succeed, it's gonna be very hard. He's gonna try everything in his power to succeed financially. I just think that's gonna be a burden on him. I took it upon myself to forego my fees, and I'm doing whatever I can to help him.
And that's great.
Yeah, I understand that.
Michael,
I just don't think he can't afford it. He physically can't afford it. We're putting the burden on his parents who are here to support him. They're in the back. They're here. He's going to be staying with them to produce his whatever fees he has to try to, get back on his feet. But he's trying, Judge. He is. He's been in constant contact with me. We talk every other day. He's literally trying. He really is. And I think if you give him a shot here, he's going to do whatever he can to prove you wrong.
I don't have to accept this agreement. I could say, no, I don't want this. Well, I'm jail time. I will accept your agreement, Mr. Burrows, but I want you to understand that if you come back here and try to tell me that you test positive again because of makeup, that kind of excuse is such that every single person who puts makeup on gets intoxicated. Really? So if you come up here while you're on this probation and you test positive for alcohol, it tells me that you have a problem. And I'm giving you fair warning now that you will go into a rehab facility. I can amend the conditions to put you in a lockdown rehab facility for at a minimum 9 months to 10 months if you respond well to treatment. I will accept it, but I'm telling you now, if you test positive for whatever it may be, get ready. And I hope that and I want to read a repeat offender to the PI education class. I don't want just a garden variety. Your record speaks and tells everyone in the whole world about you. So if you ever get pulled over again, you need to understand that you will probably get harassed. So if I were you, I wouldn't ever, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a glass of wine, I wouldn't get into a car because you're begging for trouble. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record, Mr. Burrows. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. From now on, like I said, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You must do your classes on time. You pick up a new case, you test positive for alcohol, you know what's going to happen. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out. And we're going to talk about if you violated, if you did, how, and what the appropriate remedy will be. And it could be 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that one of the things that they're ordering you to do is a TRAS. This is an evaluation. They may assess intensive outpatient treatment. Who's done the TRAS?
They recommended IOP SOP.
Okay, I think that's a good thing, right?
May I say a word, please?
Sure thing.
Once again, I do appreciate, the second chance. When I went to jail for a year when I was 17, and that's when I was in high school. It's been 18 years ago. I've been a completely different person. I coach volleyball. I do a lot. I do give back a lot, and I do understand that this record will carry on without my life. I've already realized that, and I've been doing things a lot different. I did make a mistake. I did end up, drinking and driving. The first case, I do admit. After that, I haven't told you a lie at all. It was more than just makeup. It was paint, body paint, full transformation. I do a lot on Halloween. I did not know that I was seeking to my ankle, and I haven't lied to you about that. Once again, I do appreciate the second chance. I'm a lot different than what my record says that I am. That happened when I was in high school, 17, 18, I'm 35 now. haven't been in trouble since. I know you did see DWI on there. I was leaving work, didn't have a sip of alcohol. I asked to do a breathalyzer. They wouldn't let me do a breathalyzer. That was leaving from Kima. They have an ongoing case. I didn't have a sip of alcohol. That's the reason why I got thrown out. I didn't have a sip of alcohol. I asked them to do a breathalyzer. I was being harassed for that whole
Talking about
month.
the first case in
Sir,
Galveston.
I was being harassed for a whole month. 14 times I got pulled over. The last time before that one, I told them, I said, you know, there's a reason why you pulling me over. And that's why I told them. The next time I got pulled over on 146. They didn't even give me a chance to even do a breathalyzer. And that's the reason why I got thrown out. It's because I asked to do a breathalyzer, they didn't take my blood, they didn't take anything. They wanted to take me to jail because of some beef that's happening in between the Kima bars and Kima PD. I changed my life a lot. I didn't lie to you last time I was here. I wasn't aware that that would set off my scram device. I had super glue that I was putting up, fingernail polish remover. Last time I didn't speak because I was on my anxiety medication, so I didn't really speak, but I can speak a lot better today because I haven't taken it the last 2 days. But that's what ended up happening. Once again, I do appreciate you for giving me a second chance, but just want to let you know I didn't lie to you last time I was here.
If you think that people and officers messed with you last time, what do you think is going to happen now?
I do understand that, sir.
You know, and
I do understand
the only thing that I'm trying to impart to you is don't give them the ability to do that by smelling like alcohol, smelling like weed. Because when you get into a car, the faintest, funkiest smell of whatever, it's a great excuse for them to take you down.
Yes, sir. This time I did drink. I did not admit
Look,
that.
you don't
Yes,
have
sir.
to say anything now, but
Yes, sir.
I want you to appreciate the gravity of it, because when officers like me, I don't know you. I have but a mere 10 seconds, 20 seconds, maybe 5 minutes to get to know who Sydney Burroughs is.
Yes, sir.
One of the things I use to find out who you are is your record.
I understand.
So when an officer pulls you over, they're going to see DWI, theft. And I don't know if there's other things as well, because I don't get access to everything. But when they see that, they're going to be, holy moly. If they go up to your car, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, if they have a DWI 1, if they have a DWI 2nd, and now they come up to you and they smell something, don't give them ammunition to fire a gun at you. Life is hard enough as it is. Anyways, look, done preaching. So just comply with these things and we will be happy. Michael, and I'm going to tell you now that I will waive your court costs and your supervisory fees. But if you come back with another DWI, I want you to understand that the next time on a second, you're facing around $6,000 at a minimum of supervisory fees, not to mention court costs of another $500-600. So it's on a second DWI, you're facing around $7,000.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Get the message. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
So what do you have now? Do you have the scram?
Yeah, he liked the interlock, what they agreed to.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm okay with that. First, you got to get the interlock. Once you get the interlock, we'll take the scram off. I've been paying for your device now. While you're on probation, I can't pay for it. You're gonna have to pay for that yourself.
Yes, sir, I understand.
But I'm gonna, cut his fines and fees, please. I'm literally taking all the money away. Money is never the issue. It's doing what you're supposed to do in the time you're supposed to do it.
Yes, sir, I understand.
I really wish you the best of luck, Mr. Burroughs. We want the best for you. And we're just trying to make you get a clue. That's all. Just don't be a danger to the public. That's all we want.
Yes, sir, I understand.
All right, man. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Did you fill out the affidavit? Yeah, okay, I got it. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Goins, for being patient. Come on up.
And
Mike,
we decided we'd rather go to trial.
What's that?
He'd rather go to trial.
Okay. Michael, did you hear that? We're setting this case for trial.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so pick a day in January, or not pick a day. I think we have what, January 7th? Yeah, January 7th is a trial day. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Also, I am here to check on my motion itself.
I'll send him. Oh, why?
Because, I work for Mr. Garza.
Yeah, but-
So he's the attorney of record right now, but I'm going to try the case.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd rather be the attorney of record.
I'll sign it for you.
No problem.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. You too.
January 7th.
January 7th. We need him to sign the record, sign a reset. So come on up, we'll have you sign a reset. Hey, James.
Hey, Judge.
Hey, how are you?
Tony Kelly on docket, and the state has made a new offer of anger management class for dismissal, and he'd like to take that.
You said Kelly's the last name?
Yes, Judge, Tony Kelly. Can we get 2 weeks, or how long would you like to give him for that?
Where's Mr. Kelly?
He's right here in the audience.
Come up, Mr. Kelly. So it's an assault, right? And what did you get?
Anger management class for dismissal, Judge, and part of the reason they did that is that the complainant's in custody for auto theft, and that's actually Mr. Kelly's contention all along has been that she stole his car and he never got it back. So that's kind of what started this whole
Hi, Mr. Kelly.
situation.
So they've given you a great offer. Shh. All you have to do is take an anger management class. They'll dismiss the case. It can be done online. Which one, guys? Is it 2 hours?
It's the one on the Harris County District Attorney's Office website. I think it's like a 1 or 2 hour course.
I believe so, it's a 2-hour course.
So your case is over 200 days old. Can you get it done in a week? Okay, let's set you off. a
Week
week.
reset, Judge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take a seat.
Okay, good luck, Mr. Kelly.
Thanks.
Have a holiday. You too. Have a good holiday. Colin.
Morning, Your Honor.
Hey, so I think that we got a different, Melissa spoke to someone different, Colin.
Okay.
So let me get her. Give me a second. So, but when I set aside it, it reopens the case. There's a warrant issue.
She's there in the court, Judge.
Say it again. Well, we wanted to do the arraignment first. I don't understand how that's possible though, because you reopen the case and the case is now every new case of warrant issues. I guess you could do a summons, right? Can we do a summons? Hey, Michael, so I've got the set aside order for Colin's case. But I was asking Melissa, I mean, it opens the case as if it's just a new case.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
New cases usually what, either a warrant issues, a summons issues. I don't know in this respect how,
what the process would be.
Right.
Judge, if I may, I have an idea of how to maybe do this where it's we can get around any of the issues with the clerk's office. And if that doesn't work for the parties.
Oh, I'm going to set it aside now. It will open the case now.
Okay, well, she's there in court, Judge.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Well, yeah.
so yeah, let's get it done. Let me.
And we'll waive arraignment.
And I think that gives me free license at this point, Judge, to, after you do that, to dismiss the case.
Done.
Can you let me know when you do that so I can just file the dismissal, Judge?
Let me sign this right now.
Okay.
What does this says?
Thank you, Michael.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Melissa, don't worry about it.
What's your
I like the
client's
green
name
today,
again?
by the way?
Say again.
So I like the green today, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's my last day, so I gotta be spiffy.
Hey, what's your client's name again?
Andreina Paulos.
I don't see, did you?
She's not on.
Okay, done. It's done. You can do what you need to do.
Can I get the case number, Judge, if you have it?
Yeah.
Oh, Melissa.
I don't know.
21 27 621 629.
629.
Okay, so they're gonna file the nollie now,
Great.
and then we'll give her a copy of it as well.
21.
Colin,
Appreciate that, Judge. If Melissa could give her a certified copy.
that's you? Okay, we'll give you a copy here in a sec, okay? And then after that, you're free to go, man.
It won't be in terms of, they still have to do all the process where they have to put it back in status. So it won't be done like until like 3, maybe everything's gonna be done.
So we can't give her a copy now?
Not right now.
That's okay, Judge.
I can give you the copies, but I mean, it's not gonna enter until I have everything back into normal status.
Okay.
I guess,
More orders.
so do I need to come by and get it since it's sealed? Or does the set aside also set aside the non-disclosure?
No, the set aside takes it away so that the ceiling is gone.
That's fine.
There's no more non-disclosure, there's no more seal, so to speak. So it opens it up and it just as a regular, normal case that's been just dismissed.
Yeah, okay.
Now, you said for purposes of expunction, though, I think that you'll probably still have to wait.
No, Judge. The statute of limitations is run. And so
Oh, okay. Right, okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about the statute. Okay.
yeah, so
Yeah, so
no,
I guess
that's-
we'll just send her on her way and then you guys do, we can't give her a copy, no.
I mean, I can give her a copy, but it's not gonna be dismissed like in the system. You know what I mean? Until
Yeah, we'll give her a copy of the dismissal, but it's not technically dismissed in the system yet because it's gonna take some time to work through all the paperwork.
as far as the image.
So
as
it'll
far
be
as-
dismissed today, but not till around 3-ish.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, but it will be.
But yeah, if Melissa can give her a hard copy, that'd be great. That's
Yeah,
certified.
I'll give her a hard copy as soon as I get it.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, man, you got it. Thanks for coming back.
Oh, yeah, of course, no problem. You doing the cooking tomorrow?
No, I leave that to my in-laws. She's great.
Okay,
So,
good deal. We'll enjoy it, Judge. Y'all have a good
Okay, Colin.
Thanksgiving.
take care, you too.
You too. Bye.
Ray.
Yes, sir.
You got Miss Solis.
Yeah, I was just looking at the text. I was waiting for the email.
I need, so this is an alleged criminal mischief with brother. So I need you, if you don't mind, to speak to her to figure out how we're gonna go forward, because I don't know what the family dynamic is. She's young. You what, 19, 20? How old are you? 22. So she's young. She's in nursing school. So we need to figure out the dynamic and how to go forward. Do you mind getting her cell phone and then we'll just let her go out and talk? Do you mind? Ma'am, come on up. So if you look on the TV on the left hand, that is Ray. He's been appointed to represent you. If you'd be so kind as to give me your cell phone there, I'm gonna chat it to him and then I'm gonna send you out so you guys can talk and get on the same page about the case,
Yeah.
real quick.
Thank you, Judge.
January 28th to the 30th.
Did you hear that, Ray? January 28th to the 30th.
January 30th is actually better for me.
Okay. All right, ma'am. So if you be so kind, just, is your cell phone on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just step outside momentarily. He's gonna call you. You guys, when you're done, just come back in and then we'll figure out how to go forward,
Yeah.
okay? Please.
And can one of the ADAs give me temp access?
Alex, do you mind? Ricardo,
Hey, Doug, good morning. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I'm not too good with this Zoom. I haven't been on.
You're
it long.
doing, you're batting 1,000, bud. You're doing
Thank you,
great.
sir.
I'm
Yes,
I'm not happy with Barahona, Ricardo. You know,
understand.
I'm not happy at all. I mean, 2 weeks ago, he has a bond violation. I lowered the bond a lot of what I didn't even want to do. He gets out, now he's got violations again. You know, we ordered him to appear, he's not here. And I don't know what else to tell you. Did you speak to him?
I did, Judge. The only thing I can say is we talked about it, This is the exact same issue that he had the first time, where the violation is a tamper, but they can't confirm alcohol consumption. A couple of things, Judge. This client, Mr. Barahona, works as a painter, and so I'm just thinking about how these things can happen. And
So he's painting at 1 a.m, Ricardo?
I think it was at 12:32 p.m., Judge.
Is it?
If I remember correctly.
Is it PM?
Yes, Judge. I'm working on getting the report right now to get the levels as well.
Yeah, please. I want to see what the levels are, Ricardo. Bear with me 1 second, okay?
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
Ray, if you'd like right now.
Yeah, attach Ray, please, so he can. Ray.
240.
Maybe I can give it to you. It's on Solus, right?
Yeah, 240.
Huh?
Yeah, 240 94 996.
Man, that's an old bar number, dude. Like 1.
I just attached you.
I got asked one time if I had a bar number that started with a 0. I was like, come on now.
It's a 2. Uh-oh, Mr. Knowles. Uh-oh. Yeah, Mr. D. Okay. Mr. Knowles, you ready?
We're trying to do a pre-qualifying with you. This is involving Jennifer Gonzalez. Okay. I don't know how to be as succinct, but I'll try to be as succinct as I can. The court may recall that she has a PCS that's arising in the same incident that was over there. James Mount and Melissa over the Rip Court and I, we had a powwow yesterday for about 35, 45 minutes to try to decide what happened here. And I'm trying to short circuit things. At the end of it all, we come out this morning, they're going to dismiss the PCS as long as she pleads here. They're allowing her to plead to a time served over here.
I'm not on the second. Sorry.
If you.
Not on the second.
That's.
No. If she wants a PTI or if she wants a probation, okay. I think 30 is what we typically do on a second, but not time served.
Now, the first one was some time ago, Judge. Like
I understand.
Years ago.
I get it. But, and she had violations while she's on, right?
Well, there weren't violations that couldn't be excused or explained because what happens is she takes Adderall. And so that's what I think the issue was.
No, I'm sorry, not on that second. And it's not just you. It's just, I have before, and people have ran, like literally the week after, they wrapped their car around the pole.
So.
And.
If I can, and it may or may not impact your decision, you know, she does not have a license, does not drive. Okay, she has that scooter that she's owned that we talked about that's under 8 horsepower, whatever it is.
Is it one of those Costco scooters that you cannot take on the street?
Yes, you can't really get on the street with it, Judge. It's not one of those, and she has a license and has not had one. Okay, now I know there's going to be an imposition of a suspension of any license that she may have. I know that will be coming at her. The big issue with the probation, because that's one of the things that we first had talked about. She has to take care, and she's the sole provider for an elderly father. She doesn't drive, is unable to drive him back and forth and everything, but he depends like 100% on her. Now, my concern with the probation, and it was the thing that we kind of tossed about yesterday, is if she's forced to be in a position of making a decision of doing something for her dad versus appear for a urine test or appear for an office visit or something like that, she's going to defer and say, I'm going to take care of my dad. My dad's life means more than me reporting.
Probation will never interfere with anything that someone has to do for work, caring for another person. They will always work around. So if she gets called in for a drug test, all she has to do is say, hey, I can't come. You know, I can come tomorrow. They're not going to give you grace of a week, right? But It's got to be something reasonable. The next day, perhaps a couple hours down the road, but they're never going to leave you high and dry to where they're going to do anything like that. I can allow, if she does well after the first couple months, I can allow virtual reporting as well, so that she can report via Zoom. You know, if she's doing well, she will still have to, you know, I mean, she's going to have a guardian interlock, right? Because that's what we do on all probations, especially on the second. So
She doesn't have a vehicle, doesn't drive, doesn't have a license.
she'll have a
You
portable.
There's a monitor on her. Can I have her come forward?
Sure.
Come forward, since I was, you know, mind.
She's got a monitor ankle and I'm paying for it now, right?
And it is killing her leg.
We'll take that off. We'll give her a portable device.
Yeah. That has to be modified because it doesn't look good at all.
Her looks is the least of my concern.
It's painful, Judge, you know what I'm saying? It's painful.
Hello, Judge.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, sir. Thank you.
What we had discussed, Judge, just so in the interest of full disclosure analysis, we're talking, Marissa had agreed to have a plea to the DWI probation with the terms, including the treatment that's been recommended by the TRAS and all this type of stuff, which we had agreed that would be one of the ways to resolve it. And that would still have them dismiss the PCS. But once we talked about the idea of setting her up for failure, if you would, I wasn't comfortable that she would be able, or this court might even be able to accommodate issues that would arise because she couldn't either get to her meeting or
We can always accommodate, always. There's never a way that we can't. Never doesn't work in our vocabulary. And the thing that I want you to understand is that I don't, you now, once you plead, if you plead to this, it's going to go on your record. It is now a second offense. And the last thing we want is for you to graduate to felony status to where you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary, right?
Yes, sir.
And I need, and I want to make sure that you understand that there are consequences to behavior. You need to understand that if you ever get in a car, you smell like alcohol, you smell like dope, they're not going to care whether you're spilling, fall down ass drunk, where you've urinated yourself, whether you're vomit. It doesn't take that for them to file a felony charge on you. Even the faintest smell of alcohol, the faintest droopy eyelids, the faintest sway in the wrong way, they're going to charge you with a felony DWI. And now you're looking at up to 10 years in prison. I, at all costs, want to make sure that that doesn't happen. And in my experience, what I've seen when people have too easy, right? It never works out well. And I don't think that a time served on a DWI second is appropriate. I understand that you may take care of other people. I understand that you may have life issues. Actions have consequences. You not only have this DWI second, but you also have a felony possession of a controlled substance. He's worked a tremendous deal where they're going to dismiss the felony case. I'm going to tell you now, anytime you can avoid a felony, you're winning. Anytime, it doesn't matter. Because once you get that felony conviction, I cannot tell you how many doors that closes. And not only just from potential work, but I'm talking issues with the state, being able to get state resources, funding for things like food stamps, perhaps lose the right to vote. Just, it really closes a lot of doors. And I want to make sure that that doesn't happen, So we usually, now this is a second, you by law must do 5 days in jail as a condition to probation, right? I don't know if you guys have worked out an agreement where they're going to waive that and plead it down to a first, thereby waiving the jail time, but there's mandatory 5 days in jail as a result of this. That's what you need to understand, which is the other consequence of this. Now, if they're willing to do that, I'm certainly okay with that, but time served. And the probation if you do well in the beginning and you show us that we can trust you, we will allow you to do virtual reporting through Zoom. But we have to know that you're going to do well. There are not going to be any issues. And most importantly, you're not going to use.
Absolutely.
Because that's what matters.
Yes, sir.
All we're trying to do here is make sure that you don't take a life on the road so that you have enough of a crappy experience here that 15 years down the road, when you're placed in a position where you're intoxicated out there, man, should I get this car? I had such a miserable time in court with that Judge Fleischer. God, I never want that experience again. That's the idea.
Yes,
because I
sir.
want you to remember me 20 years from now when you're in a position of vulnerability where you make the right decision.
Absolutely. Yes,
And
sir.
hopefully with the probation, we get you understand.
Absolutely, sir. I agree. It's fine.
Now, you have a probation officer, right? Your probation officer is always willing to work with you. If they call you in for a drug test and you're in some kind of situation where you can't, you let them know. We will give you the line to Shatoria here. She's absolutely an angel, is always willing to help you out. We can give you a direct access to her. Or if you have a problem, call us, call me, call her, and we will work something out.
Sure.
But there's never a way that we can't work something out. There's always a way. There's always a way. Always.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Give me a minute or two to
No
talk to
rush.
Mike, Judge.
No rush. And I mean, your case, Mr. Knowles, it's only what, like 140 days, right?
We'll have it over today, Judge.
Or you don't have to.
But I think we're at that point. So I think just a little conversation, I think we should be able to get.
Okay. For sure.
And I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Wouldn't you decide on Ricardo?
Well, he took, here he is. Hold on. Oh, did you get levels? We were waiting on levels. That's what it was. I see you, Ricardo. I'm trying to see if we got levels.
I'm back, Judge.
Judge, if I could ask the ADAs to check their email, please.
You want Morgan's?
I'd send it to both her and Mike.
Ray sent you an email, guys. Do you have the heater on?
It's cold in here.
No, it's not.
Getting sick.
It's hot. Felicia, did you get levels?
Yes, I sent them to your
Oh,
email.
okay.
It's just, we can't get the exact level since it's not confirmed. But it does have like a little graph, which again, I do not know how to read.
Ricardo, what's your email address?
Let me see. Do you want me to say it or do I type it in somewhere?
I got it. I'm forwarding this to you. Okay.
Okay.
Michael, I'm sending you this violation. I want you to take a look at it as well. We're talking about Barahona, who has, it's a second DVR.
Yes, this is Ricardo's case.
Yeah, let me send this to you so we can, I'd like you to take a look at it as well.
Let me just file this probation plea for lunch.
So what are they saying it is? Ray, if you need to butt in and just say anything, feel free.
Yes, sir. I think we have an agreement for restitution dismiss. I don't believe the state's going to be moving forward on their motion for bond conditions. So probably just get the.
Well, I do. I mean, I want to make sure that she's not going to, have any more issues, so I'm placing bond conditions on no threatening or harassing, I guess. Is she here? Where'd she go?
I told her to go back in. She should be back in there.
How much is restitution, Ray?
$161.
What? I thought it was like 500 something.
It was a monitor that was really damaged. According to the RIP, it was the monitor and actually.
Yes, there's the original, I think estimate was $1,000, but once we conducted the RIP, the complainant stated it was $161.
Really?
In restitution.
Okay, so is that, you're gonna put that kind of bill?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
I'm doing it right now.
So I'll just order no threatening or harassing, no weapons, Ray.
Did she go back in or?
No, she's going to pay her car.
Oh, okay.
She'll be back right here momentarily. I guess, let me go do that jail plea. I'm gonna go do a jail plea in 6 real quick.
Okay.
Hopefully she'll be back in time, and then Ricardo, take a look, and then Michael, will you take a look and see?
Yes, I will, Judge.
Can you reach out to someone?
About the scrim report?
Yeah, what level is that?
They can't read the level specifically because of the alcohol detected but not consumed. It's just the voltage or the baseline of it having a spike. That's what I've been told.
Sometimes it's soft. It's just like we don't know.
That's the thing that's difficult about the tampers.
Yeah, it's difficult.
There's so little information.
Yeah, so little explanation, because it's like saying, how for the first thing you say, somebody says, well, you know, should have been elected before, could have been licensed before. They put a small burden, you don't have to prove the job, you have to job, it's not about the finance of the other. You know. They'll find a way to do it. They'll find a way to. You're not gonna have, you know, you can't come to Louisiana.
All right. My concern, Ricardo, is that I know that acetone and other things will interfere.
It can, Judge, but I mean, the scram device itself has an environmental tampering test. Like it will, the scram device itself does a test internally to see if there are environmental factors that are affecting the scram device. If there is an environmental factor that has affected it, as in he's a painter and there's some sort of paint that's got alcohol in it and it detects that, it will notice that it's not from sweat and it will not accept that as a TAC reading. In this case, it's not what it shows. There's a confirmed tamper event for about 12 hours and there is a confirmed TAC reading, but they can't actually confirm it because something was either stuck in the leg or it was removed entirely. So to me, this is a clear tamper and it meets the range for a tamper. It wouldn't even show that it's a tamper if it didn't meet the criteria range that scram identifies.
Ricardo, he's saying it's a 12-hour tamper that could be So are you telling me that it could not read his leg for 12 hours?
So it was reading and it read at that spike, and they won't state the actual level due to this.
Well, I understand that,
But the duration of the tamper was stated as 12 hours and I believe some odd minutes. So it wasn't able to either get a reading or get an accurate reading during that entire duration.
did he have something in his leg? Like, I mean, a piece of paper in between his ankle and the device.
I mean, he very well could have, but there's no way of knowing, of course.
But the time is the biggest concern, Judge. If it's like, oh, it shifted on the leg and it couldn't detect sweat for a little bit, that's not a tamper. This is a 12-hour thing. It's clear that he's doing something to tamper with the device.
Ricardo, what say you?
Judge, I would ask how Michael knows the information that he is stating. How does he know what a tamper is considered? Has he been even trained by the Sentinel people? Why is he making these representations as fact? I would
I'll tell
ask.
you, Ricardo, I've done around 12, 11B hearings, all of them successful, where I had Ronald Grant come testify about what the scram results are, how they are, what they do to get to the results. So I've done multiple hearings regarding scram devices, Ricardo.
Thank you, Michael. And that's what I'm asking for, Judge. I would ask for a hearing to have somebody come and testify. That's all I'm asking for. Not have Michael testify.
Why isn't he here, Ricardo?
Judge, I got notice of this yesterday when I saw the email in the afternoon. I tried to move this to next week. After I was told it wasn't going to be moved, I made contact with him and let him know what's going on. I don't want to say why he's not there today. I'm in a position where I need to make representations to the court, and so I'll just leave it at I let him know that there's a court setting today, and the issue is notice. I mean, I let him know like at 5 in the afternoon yesterday, Judge. I mean, we got notice of this yesterday, and he's expected to show up today during the holidays.
Have the person come on Monday to testify? The scram?
Yeah, I can reach out to one of the case managers.
Do we have to subpoena them, don't we?
Yeah, it'd be Ronald Grant, Judge. He's the one that comes and testifies. And
do you mind subpoenaing him? Can you?
To come on Monday, I don't know if he would respond to it, Judge. I have a personal relationship with him. He might, but I mean, it's right after the holiday, so I don't know if he would on such short notice.
Can you reach out to someone to come on Monday so we can figure out, is it a true tamper? What's he doing to the device?
Yes, Judge. Let me reach out and see how I go about that.
Well, and I will say, Judge, there's no way, like Ronald won't be able to tell you. And what he'll be able to tell you is it meets the criteria in the scram report for what a tamper is. And that's all he's going to be able to tell you. And you're going to have to decide yourself whether you believe that the defendant tampered with the device or not.
Ricardo, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. He's got to bring his ass here on Monday morning, 8:30 in the morning. And if he fails to appear Monday morning, I will 100% revoke his bond. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Judge, if I may, Judge, my understanding is we could easily do a hair follicle test to see if alcohol is going to pop up. I don't know what kind of services pretrial services provides.
We don't
but
offer a hair follicle test on our end.
They don't do hair follicle tests here.
Well, Judge, the only thing I can say about this, thank you for having a hearing on this. This isn't the first time you've heard of the problems with the scram device. And so all I'm asking for is before you do anything on it is let's have a hearing and let's figure out what happened.
Ricardo, I will tell you, it would probably behoove him to do whatever he can proactively to show, but him coming up here and telling me that he's just, I don't know. I get a lot of people that try to sell,
Well, it's two things, Judge. Sometimes it's people that, are drinking, but sometimes it's the device messing up, and I'm just trying to figure it out.
Problem is it's our second DVR. We're on number 2 now, you know?
Right.
So we'll set it for Monday. He has to he has to be here. I'm setting it for bond forfeiture. If he fails to appear, there's no excuse.
Okay, I'll let him know, Judge. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Judge, real quick.
Sure.
Hey, so are we gonna be ready for a hearing on Monday, or it's just he shows up
Ready.
on Monday?
Be ready. No, be ready.
Okay, perfect.
You want a hearing? I'm giving you a hearing on Monday.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You asked for it, you're getting it.
Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready? Okay, let's do it.
Instead of the guarding interlock, they're gonna, instead of the guarding lock, they're gonna do a portable device.
No
So
problem.
That's,
Yes, that's fine.
Ms. Gonzalez, I want you to understand one thing, that it's not you, it's not your lawyer. He's done a great job and has zealously advocated on your behalf. But on a second DWI, you know, we have proverbial slaps on the wrist for DWI first, right? I get it. People make mistakes. It happens. We all make mistakes in life, right? But you can't continue to make the same mistake and expect the same result and reward, right? Because the proverbial slap on the wrist, the so-called time served, right, is exactly what it is, because you're supposed to do jail time on a DWI, right? And when you're walking out of here, you know, and there's no jail time, it's basically, it's kind of like a reward, right?
Absolutely.
But you can't continue to pick up DWIs and expect rewards. We don't work like that. We don't operate like that. And we want you to learn. And believe it or not, I really care for you. And I want to see you succeed. I want to see you do well. But no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. There now is a lot of baggage that you're going to have on your back following today and for the rest of your life. You know, after today, you're going to have these 2 DWIs on your record. Like I've been harping on you over and over, you get into a car, the slightest smell of whatever it is, they're probably going to take you down and charge you with a felony. And if you thought this was expensive, if you thought this was bad, wait till you get upstairs. There are judges up there that just watch out. Now, you guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 16 months. As part of the conditions, you will do thinking for a change. You will do a repeat offender DWI education class. You will do 2 victim impact panels. You will also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need.
She's completed.
And recommended even for
Okay, well, okay. I'm surprised that no outpatient, no, not necessarily residential, but no outpatient treatment at a minimum. You know, typically in these cases, when we see these, they usually order, you know, intensive outpatient treatment or supportive outpatient treatment, which is kind of like a like AA-ish type issue. So regardless, if that's what they think, then that's what they think. I'm going to follow it. So that's what you must do. No breath test refusal. So if you're pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of the probation. 30 hours of community service and a guardian interlock. Do you have children, Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think that you probably be better served to do a instead of the dumbass community service, to do it like a parenting class, because I think that has more value than just working on the street. Now, like I said, all we want you to do is learn from this, you know, take these classes, take it to heart so that you don't ever come back. If you do well, after some time, I will allow you to report via Zoom, okay? You got to also understand that when you're doing these probations, these probation officers have your life in their hands, right? If you are nice to them, crack a joke with them. If you're their first appointment in the morning, you're probably going to get someone on their good side. If you go in there at 4 PM, you've got a bunch of excuses, right? They're probably not going to be happy. They're going to be irritated. They're going to want to go home. Don't expect any good thing. In life, that's how it goes. If you're nice, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar.
Yes, sir.
Same thing with a probation officer.
Gotcha.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this. If you violate this probation, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. We're going to put you in jail, bring you back out, talk about if you violate your probation. If you do, you're looking at 180 days in jail.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Absolutely.
How do you plead to the offense, ma'am? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Is there an accident in this case, Michael?
No, Judge.
Okay. I have to suspend your license. I'm going to suspend it for a year. Do you have a license now?
No, sir.
Okay. I think that that's probably what we should also do is try to get her license, you know? Have you ever had a license?
I did have a license. It got suspended with the first BWI. And back then they had a bunch of like extra fees. It was the
Surcharges.
surcharge. Yeah, so I wasn't able to get it back because it was so high. Then they canceled all that out. I had just finished paying off everything to reinstate my license 2 weeks maybe prior to this happening here.
Michael, do you mind running her license?
Yes, Judge.
Did you handle the ALR hearing by chance?
I did not. There was nothing to handle.
On a subsequent, it's usually a 2-year license suspension when it comes with regards to the ALR. So it may very well that you may have a 2-year license suspension.
I do see that she's not eligible, Judge.
ALR,
Yes.
2-year. I mean, it
It
just
says-
depends what happened with the first ALR too.
Well, it actually says that she was suspended because due to no insurance. It says surcharge due, no insurance.
You know when that was, sir?
Did you get a ticket for no insurance?
No, sir. I haven't gotten pulled over. This was the first time in many years.
Let's make sure.
I just know that it began September 15th of 2024, the suspension. And the end date, I think this is like in perpetuity until she gets something fixed.
Here, Lonnie, do you mind giving her that piece of paper? This is the driver's license division. The number, will you make sure it's 2600? I don't know if she can read that. I kind of wrote it funky.
It's 2,600.
It's 2600. That's the number to the driver's license division for DPS. Call them and then they can tell you what you need to do to get your license. But you need to get your license.
Okay, yes, sir.
Just, you gotta
So
get it.
I'm allowed to go get it if I can.
Yeah, of course. But
Thank you, sir.
before you just go do anything, call them first. And when you call them at 7 a.m. Don't call at 8, don't call at 9, don't call at 1, because you'll never get through. As soon as the phone lines open at 7, that's when you call.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Judge, there was a couple of things they were asking for the guardian interlocks. She does not drive or anything like that. And she has the monitor on now that's uncomfortable. Can we give her the portable device for now?
So, no. I'm going to switch it from the Scram to the portable. So, but first get the portable, then we'll take off the Scram. So we want to make sure that you're not using, and the best way, first get that one. As soon as you do that, we'll take the other one off. But we want to make sure that you have that one on first. So yeah, one of the conditions on this probation is that you maintain a guardian interlock. Now, because you're not driving, understand that you're going to be signing an affidavit today, promising me you're not going to drive. Do not drive. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care what's good. If there's a burning building, it doesn't matter. Just don't drive. Okay.
The other thing, Judge, and this is our way of refreshing the court's recollection, and there's been no alcohol that was found either in the results from the lab, and there's never been any alcohol associated with this particular DWI. This is one that was based upon
Sure.
some drugs, I mean, not even a synergistic type of a matter, it's simply it was drugs. So just so the court will be aware, alcohol was, there was zero alcohol in the system as a result of this.
Okay. Remember, DWI is not just alcohol. If you take too much NyQuil, what happens? Right. Anything where it affects the normal use of your mental and or physical faculties. Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
That's it. And just so you know, and I know how serious you take these matters, and I don't want to belabor it, but the idea is that we had already put in place, do you have Brittany's card with you?
It's in my folder.
Okay. So we had already dealt with the writ court people. There's a program director, Brittany, I can't remember her name now.
Would you like me to grab it?
No, that's okay. We have a card and everything. So treatment was gonna already be a part of this agreement, independent of a formal writing, but I think this is the best thing to do in this circumstance.
When's the last time she's been tested? Have you done a test late? Yeah. We need that too. Now, Mr. Knowles, we have one more thing, the surcharge.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna ask that be waived. There's no way that she can afford those things at all. If I need to prove it up, you need to prove up on it or?
What do you do for a living?
Take care of my father at home.
Do you get paid by the state for doing that?
No, sir, because I live with him. I don't know what that's what they told me.
How do you get money? How do you survive?
I mean, he gives me whatever I can and he gets money from Social Security retirement.
What does he get?
2,600 a month, something like that.
So you guys share that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Knowles, I'll waive the DPS surcharge.
The last
thank
test
you,
was
sir.
on September 19th.
Negative?
I believe what it tested positive for was a prescription that she currently possesses.
Okay, all right. Yeah, just stay clean. That's all we're asking. Okay, all right,
Waiving supervision, please, sir?
sure. Yeah, it's not about the money. It's never about the money.
I know, sir.
Just doing what you say you're gonna do
Absolutely.
in the time that you're supposed to do it. All right, guys.
Shauna,
Good luck.
thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it. Mike, thank
You
you.
have a great
Look, Ms.
Thanksgiving.
Gonzalez.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am, coming up.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I am putting some conditions on your bond now, Ms. Solis, okay? The two conditions I'm placing on your bond now is that you're not to have, or not to be in possession of any weapons. And I'm also ordering you not to have any threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with a Mr. Martinez, your brother.
Brother, yes.
Okay? I want you to understand what is threatening or harassing. Doesn't matter what you think is threatening, harassing. I could give a rat's behind what you think is threatening, harassing. It's what he perceives. So if you get into an argument with him and you go, look, is that threatening, harassing? It is, and it can land you back in jail. If you pick up a new case, you violate conditions. No matter how old you are, I don't care. I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to protect every person in my county. I don't care that it's your brother, it's your mother, father, whoever it may be. Do you understand? Ray, did you want to say anything?
No, Judge, we talked about the no threatening or harassing, and I've explained to her that the state is offering restitution. I just need to get the PTI contract and the restitution receipt so we can get all that paid.
You know, the other thing that you have to understand is that at some point you're going to start working, right? When you start building up a criminal record, employers look at this and they see that it's a potential liability because they may now think, wow, she now has this mischief. Even if it gets dismissed, people can still see it. Man, is she a danger? Is she going to explode on us if she loses her temper? That's what people think. You need to consider this. The older you get, your actions have consequences and it can really impact your future. If you want to become a nurse, this may, form a barrier for you. Consider this when you're out there in the free world. Do you have any questions?
I do. For the no weapons, is that like forever? Like for all my life, I can't have any weapons?
While this case is open.
While this case is open.
While this case is open, you're not to have any weapons whatsoever.
Okay.
We've given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Vasquez. You can see him on the TV there. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant for arrest. Stay in contact, do what you're supposed to do, and then things will turn out well.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right? We'll have you sign this here now. We'll get you to sign a reset, and then after that, you're on your way. All right? Yes,
Happy
ma'am.
Thanksgiving.
You too. All right, Ray. Thanks, man.
All right. Have a good Thanksgiving, everyone.
You too. Take care.
Good morning, Judge.
Hi, everything okay?
Yes, Judge.
Tell me, come on up.
Called me yesterday. They didn't bring him up today. I'm a Mr. Gutierrez for.
Oh, I was thinking that fugitive case from yesterday. We're not here on the fugitive case.
This is Nick Gutierrez.
All right, all right, okay.
He's got a motion to revoke.
I called this morning, they claimed he asked for medical, so he was waiting to see a doctor.
Okay. I guess we'll roll to Monday. I don't know what else to do.
Okay.
But I can't just let him go. It's just too much.
Okay, so we're still going to keep him on probation.
Yeah, I'm putting him in treatment. No, I'm not letting him go. I'm not, no. He still has issues. I mean, I'm in it for the long haul. And I've told him, when he got on this probation, I'm like, I'm keeping you until you get the message. I'm not letting you go. I'm not time serving you. I'm not doing this. No, you stay, you do treatment.
The
Until you
next thing
clean.
would be, what is it? He's already done SATF.
We go, no, we do it again.
Again?
Again.
I'll be sure to let him know. Okay, thank you, Judge. That's
I know that
it.
he's gonna be unhappy. I understand, but I'm sorry. I told you what was gonna happen, right? All I want you to do is be clean, and that's it. The other thing is, he has another open case, right?
Yes,
Oh, it's
Judge.
just with us.
Yeah.
Both are with, yes.
Yeah, I think that it'll hopefully swallow it up and just do the, yeah. Maybe he was for, coming down. So why they go to medical and
When I
everything?
spoke to him and I asked him all the questions that I would to determine, he answered them
You
all
didn't-
correctly where he
yeah.
did it, but when he got over there,
Did you say he didn't look like he was intoxicated? No? Okay,
and he didn't, and I asked him, do you need to see medical or even the site, he said no.
okay. I guess let's roll it to Monday. We'll approach back on Monday and we'll figure it out.
Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
Okay,
No big
for
deal.
sure. Yes, thanks. And I mean, you can zoom in.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. Well, for these cases, I can?
Sure,
Okay.
everything.
Sometimes it's easier to come
Everything.
up, sometimes.
Yeah, okay. Just so you know from now.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, come up, Mr. Woods. Okay. I'm Mr. No, nothing else, just that's it? Okay, Mr. Woods, I'm telling you now, no alcohol, no dope. I'm gonna test you like crazy. If I find that you're using, it's not good. Do you understand me? I'm putting a monitor on your ankle. I don't want you to go within 1,000 feet of where she lives, where she works, where she breathes, hangs out. I will do everything in my power to protect every person of Harris County. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're on felony probation. It's very possible they now issue a warrant for your arrest because of, number one, picking up this case. Number two, the complaining witness. We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. Probably behoove you to talk to someone quick. Waive the fees, monitor today, please. Mr. Woods, in this case, a protective order has been issued. I would get to know it, because if you violate the protective order, the state can and will file a violation or a protective order against you. And then things will really go sideways quick. So take heed of that protective order. There is an exclusion addressed on J Street that you're not to go to. Don't do it. We have a monitor on you, so we know exactly where you will be going and where you're not to go. You understand? Okay, sir. I'll have you sign a wreath of Victoria. We'll have you get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, then you're free to go.
No, of course not.
That's the best way.
It's like right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Michael, his fans wanted to sing the line.
You have a fan club, Michael. So they all want to say, I want you to say bye.
Hello, fans. It was a pleasure being your elected DA in Court 5. Have a wonderful time with Judge. He's a great man. Signing off. I might be back.
Yeah, I mean, sure, we're sure you'll be back. Of
I'll be
course
back.
you will, on the other side.
On the other side.
So I'm letting him know that you're heading out to just be a defense lawyer, you know?
Yes,
So
yeah.
they're saying goodbye to you as well.
Well, goodbye.
Virtual waves all around. Everybody else stays though, guys.
Hey, Michael, don't forget about your cake.
Yes, no, we're gonna go back right now.
Judge, Mr. Dixon brought.
Thanks for bringing the cake, Mr. P. Yes. Hey, we're done, so just, yeah, done.
Yeah, he's a very good.
It's like a Velo Labs or something.
How many do we have so far on Monday?
83.
Oh my God. We have 83 people on Monday so far, so imagine another 4 days, 5 days of, ay.
Hey, Judge, the coolest name I've seen today, the funniest, Judge Fleischer's chair.
I know, I saw that. What's that all about? Hey, Irish
Because when
demon.
you're gone, it's chair watch. It's a joke.
Bye, Kathy. Happy Thanksgiving, Kathy. All right, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Bye.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Absence makes the hearts grow fonder. We'll see you bright and early Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we love you. Each and every one of you. Thanks, guys. All right, ciao.
Oh my Lord. You know, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a blast. Show's over. I gotta go. We got Thanksgiving lunch tomorrow. And tomorrow we may have a Thanksgiving show. Who knows? Check back in with us. Maybe I'll have something set up. Who knows? But ladies and gentlemen, this has been a short week. There will be no more Fleischer for this week. I don't know, maybe dig something out of the archives. Who knows? There's a lot. There's a lot on the cutting room floor. So trust me on this when I say I could just stitch something together and we would have a few hours that we could go through mindlessly and just chat about Thanksgiving and watch court at the same time. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again tomorrow night. Or I'll have something streaming. I don't know what. Just something. Some court. We'll figure it out. And I am your lone wolf Usul, who has been the host of the Fleischer Forum, which is a production from the gallery live. And I'm the curator of the court gallery. Thank you for being here with me this evening. Thank you for participating in the chat and making it everything that it is.
Hey, Mom, I'll see you tomorrow. Look forward to it. Thankful for every one of you out there, especially my good friends, especially for Dreams. Mom's okay. I'm kind of thankful for her sometimes. I'll let her know more about that tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been great. This has been a production of Lone Wolf Oozle, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore because I'm tired. The end of the night, time to go to bed. Let's just listen to some blues to get this night over with, shall we? I'm thankful that you are all here, and I hope I will see you again tomorrow evening, maybe the next evening. And don't forget, I still plan on doing something Saturday, no matter what's going on. Black Friday, everything else. The world may end. We're gonna have a Saturday weekend review. That's just a thing. It has to happen. All right, guys. I'm your Lone Wolf Oozle. I'm gonna eat too much tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow night. We'll talk to you later. Have a good evening. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.